All right, now back to the bushfires, and those fires in Australia's east have torn through more than 1 million hectares of land, including an area home to one of Australia's biggest and most important koala populations. But now an incredible effort is underway to help the survivors.
Hey, little buddy.
This little guy is Peter. Wildlife rescue teams found him in a burnt-out area of forest on the New South Wales north coast.
Peter's one of the earlier arrivals from the Lake Innes Nature Reserve fire. Just decimated this population that are so genetically diverse. They are of national significance.
Yep.
And this is just...
Just steamrolled it.
steamrolled them.
It's estimated 350 koalas perished in that one fire. That's 2/3 of the local population. Those that did survive are injured and dehydrated.
So looking at Peter here, he's got the burnt feet, he's got some singeing, he's got a little bit of radiant burning across his backside here. He's got the eyes that have been burnt as well, and the nose. Is that pretty classic of what you've been seeing?
It's pretty classic for an animal that's not that badly burnt.
Yeah.
We see animals far worse than this.
Have you had some patients in here that have really got you? Really hit you where it hurts?
Some do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, the one that was brought to me last night's kind of got to me. She's very burnt. She's much worse than this.
There you go. You're so badly singed, aren't you?
Do you allow yourselves those softer moments where you can let it actually hit you?
Of course we do. I don't cry in front of anyone here, but I have shed a tear or two, believe it or not.
21 koalas have been brought here since the bushfires began.
Good genetic stock we have here.
It's been exhausting work for Hospital President Sue Ashton and her army of 150 volunteers.
I think we realised very quickly we had to do whatever we could to try and save the remaining koalas, and that's what we've done.
Last month, Sue set up a GoFundMe page to raise money for koala drinking stations to put in bushfire-affected areas. Her target was 25 grand, but today it topped $500,000.
It must be touching to realise there is so much love for koalas out there.
I don't think people realise till this happened how precious they are, and it's almost like a light has gone on and people are starting to think we are so lucky in Australia to have this wonderful icon and we're going to lose it.
How do you even start to rebuild and get that positive attitude out of that?
You go for a walk around the yards and you perhaps feed them and you think this is why I do it. Where there's one koala alive, there's hope, so we just keep doing what we've got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, that is an incredibly tough situation up there. Very moving, but they have an incredible team that is so motivated to make a difference. But what you have there in the koala is an animal that's at a real crossroads. I mean, they're in trouble. They were already in trouble before the bushfires, and I refer to them as being the canary in the coal mine when it comes to Australia's battle with climate change, because they're so sensitive, they're so unique, they sit in a very, very narrow niche in our environment, and even the small changes in drought, in increased temperature, it dries out their leaves. It means they then need to go looking for water. When they go looking for water, they encounter cars, they encounter dogs, right. they get more disease, and they're being really badly affected. And we spoke to Shane there, and at a tender moment I asked her, what do you think that the future of the koala is? And she said it's hopeless.
What?
It's actually hopeless.
But it's when we see Serena Williams, we see all these people come out, the first thing they do, hold the koala. Yet we're not getting the messaging that these little guys won't survive if we don't look after them.
How insulting to koalas, though, that very fact that we actually parade them for tourists and celebrities as though we love them, and yet at another moment we're ripping apart their homes, we're not treating them with respect, and their homes are being burnt to the ground.
But to hear that aim for the GoFundMe page was $25,000 and now it's, what, up to over $500,000?
Nearly $600,000.
Wow.
So if you do want to support the Port Macquarie Koala Hospital's efforts in the wake of the bushfires, you can head to their GoFundMe page. It's going to go towards water stations for koalas, it's going to go towards a fire engine to protect that environment, but also it will also go to a breeding program as well.
Well, thanks for letting us know how bad it is. Now we've got more awareness. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back soon.